The video you're about to watch is genuine footage from our investigations. No manipulation, no fakery, just real footage by real investigators. Viewer discretion is advised.
Paranormal claims. Our evidence.
No, it's completely dead. Got a full battery on this. You getting that, sorry?
I am, yeah.
A lady in here earlier when we were doing the walk around, and she's here again.
We are Haunted Britain Investigations.
Hathaway Tea Rooms is a Grade 2 listed building built around 1610. The property has been many things over the centuries, including an inn, an apothecary where minor surgery would have taken place, a bookshop, a shoe shop, and finally a tea room. Over the years there have been many paranormal happenings. HBI just had to investigate.
Okay, we are at Hathaway's Tea Rooms in Stratford. We're just going to go through some of the claims that we've spoken to the owner of the establishment about. This particular table, a lady was sat at it one day, and she was sat at it for quite a while, and the owner eventually came up to her and said, you know, are you okay, because you've been sat there for quite a while, and just checking everything's all right. And she responded that she'd come to the tea rooms a few days or weeks before, and she'd been sat in this very chair, and she'd felt a hand come and try and push her out of the chair, push her up in the back and try and push her out the chair. And the reason she was sitting here for so long was that she wanted it to happen again, to see if she wasn't imagining it. There's been other claims in this room as well, and just a lot of people seeing and hearing things around the building in general, but we're just going to go around and have a look at each part where there are definite claims. Another one of the claims that has been, well, witnessed and heard and seen by a lot of different people, three that we know of, is that there is a little girl that likes walking down these stairs, playing around the rooms upstairs, and she's been seen by at least 3 people up on the floor above us, and somebody actually passed her on the stairs. He then spoke to the owner, who noticed that he was looking very pale, and the reason he was looking very pale was because he says, well, I've just walked past a little girl. And it was later in the evening as they were just closing up, and they knew that there were no young children or any children in the building at all. And he said, well, there aren't any children here. And he says, no, I know there aren't, but he says, I've just passed a little girl on the stairs. But the weird thing was that I couldn't hear her, I could only see her, and he couldn't hear any footsteps. So he knew it was very strange, and his wife was adamant that he was not that kind of person to make things up, and he was really quite scared. But up here, there is an understanding that the beams from the roof, not these particular beams but up in the attic, were taken from a Spanish galleon, and that a historian is looking into that and seeing what she can gather from that.
Right, so as I've been outside in this sort of corridor between two buildings, I've seen several people in robes, like hooded robes. Not just one person, but several down here.
Okay.
They've not actually said anything to me. But they were sort of along here, and one here. So I'm not sure what that connection is at the moment. There's a great atmosphere here though, isn't it? I mean, the minute I walked in, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up.
Yeah.
It was really, really something. But like I said, there's more than one male robed figure. 3 or 4 at least.
Okay.
Along here. We'll head back down this way. So this room at the minute appears really calm. I haven't picked anything up in here at all. I'm not particularly sensing anything in here. There's nothing active at the moment.
Okay.
I haven't felt anything in here when I've just been wandering around.
Okay.
Maybe that will change through the night. We'll have to wait and see. So when I came through here, the bottom of these stairs earlier, I felt somebody pulled the hair on the top of my head quite strongly. I thought it can't have been a cobweb or a fly, even though I was looking up for something, because it was just too much of a tug on the top of my hair. Are we looking at this bit down here at all or not?
We haven't, but if you picked anything up, yeah, there's the basement.
Basement there.
Alright, so my immediate impression of coming down here is somebody, I wouldn't even say it's a laugh, like a little cackle at us. There's a person crouched down like this, possibly a female. There's a female energy down here, but she's really crouched over. Like she's really bent over and quite scruffy.
Bent over as in humped, or?
She's even more than that.
Could she be praying, Steve, almost like on her knees? Is it like that sort of thing?
I can't really make out what she's doing. she's really hunched down like this, like she's really crouching down.
There's something wrong with her.
Possibly.
Formed.
Cowering?
Possibly. She's fairly old. Very, very thin. Very scruffy. Very tatty clothes.
What sort of time period do you think, Steve?
It's got to be a very long time ago. She's almost got like, like a...
Is that your stomach?
It might have been my stomach.
Did you hear
It might
that?
have been, yeah.
No.
I did hear it, yeah, but it might have been my stomach that,
Okay.
when I was talking.
Hmm.
It's almost like she's got like, that hairs on her chin and... strange, okay.
Can you remember when he took us around if he said there's any equipment upstairs that clicks and taps?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, there is.
I believe there's a coffee machine that does it and
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
very well.
Right, it's quite dark in here. When I came in here a little while ago, there was a male in here who spoke to me in what I can only describe as a sort of an old English accent, and he told me to get out.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Quite aggressive.
Yeah, I couldn't see him clearly. He was sort of over here, but he told me to get out of here, basically. But it was like an old English type dialect.
Okay.
He was quite agitated that I'd walked in here. However, the room doesn't feel strange in any way. It feels quite calm in here, but he was not happy that I'd come in here. I'm hoping that he's going to present himself a bit more
Okay.
tonight. We'll do a vigil in here and see who that is. Now, when I came into this room not long ago, when I was having a look around, I'm a little confused about this room because I could see more than one baby in here. There was a baby in a sort of a little crib there.
Yeah.
And then I realised that there was more than one, and there was like some females in here, and it was very maternal. So I wasn't quite sure what this room was used for.
Okay.
But it was like there were several babies in here. I'm not sure what the time frame was, but it was like a very old-fashioned crib type that the baby was in, and it was just where Hannah's standing.
Okay.
But it's very strange because there was several of them.
Right. Okay.
Okay. That's about it up here, isn't it?
Apart from this landing area.
Yeah, I haven't picked up anything up on the landing
Okay.
so far. So, quite interesting so far,
Yeah.
to be honest. And hopefully we'll get some good vibes tonight.
Cool.
The team haven't told Steve about the customer seeing the apparition of a little girl on the staircase. This information isn't public knowledge and can't be found on any media sources. The team were told the story by the shop owner before Steve arrived at the location. Will she make herself known before the night is through?
Got me a little UV light here,
So we're down here in the cellar, and there is a female to my left who I saw on the walk around, who is all hunched up.
So then, can you just switch it off it?
Sorry, love.
It's right then, because I can see it on this camera. So it's the same one, Steve, as before?
Yeah,
Right.
in ragged clothing.
Ouch, that was me. That was Lynn.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Can you tell us why you're here? What are you doing down here? Who put you here? Who's they? What men? That's not a local accent you've got. Where are you from? She's got a London accent.
hello, love. Are you from London?
She says they put me down here, the men.
The men put you down here. Why would they do that? Were they
She's
being
very frightened.
mean?
She's very scared.
Oh, bless you. Were they being mean to you, my love?
They beat her.
Really? Why?
Oh
What
my
did
God.
you do? What?
Whoa, that's a bit overwhelming.
What's
Just,
that? You alright?
Yeah.
Is it because of her?
Yeah.
Sad?
That was emotion. Just picked up her emotions. They beat her with sticks.
Oh my darling, why would they do that? What did you do that? What did you do that they think was so wrong? Why would they do such a thing to you?
Back through.
What did it say?
No, just heat.
Why? Oh, do you know what I just felt on my hand? You know, if you get a quick electric shock from a car,
Mm-hmm.
just like a.
Why did they beat you? What have you done? This is so sad. It's really
Why do you
difficult.
stay here, my love? Why do you stay here? Why haven't you moved on? They haven't got a hold on you anymore, surely.
Just seen a flash of light just in front of you, Steve, at your feet.
Okay.
A flash of white light.
Okay.
Just when they're so unhappy, I don't understand why they stay here. What holds them here?
Fear.
Fear of moving on?
Or just fear of the incident, if you think it's supposed to be that
Still
moment
very
of
real.
real raw emotion that ties you to a building, be it happiness or sadness. For all she knows, those people she might think they're still upstairs waiting for her.
Yeah, shame, isn't it?
Can you tell us your name? We don't mean you any harm.
We're not connected to the men who did this to you. We promise you.
We're not here to harm you at all. We have the greatest respect for you. And we're all very nice people, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Certainly are. These guys won't hurt you.
And we're in a different time frame now.
Fire.
Yeah, we had that before.
Does that mean there's been a fire in
There's
this?
been a fire in this building. It's been
building?
burned down twice.
Okay. Can you tell us what else this room has been used for? Can you tell us what this room has been? One of the uses of this room, anyway. I believe it's had many. Do you like women being in here?
Well, we think it's a man that's living. A man is in this room because that's where we've got the responses to it.
Cellar.
Oh.
What about the cellar?
Is anyone in the cellar at the moment?
Don't think so. But we've been there. What else? What can you tell us about the cellar? What's so important?
Should we go to the cellar?
Sorry?
Hey?
I use aftershave.
No, it wasn't. It was
Oh
fixed.
great,
You
you've
know-
just had hell.
Sorry?
You just had hell come up.
Day.
Day.
Sad.
Really? Why are you
I
sad?
can smell perfume.
Did you say violets?
I said violets.
You asking Mike if he could smell violets?
On you.
On
No,
me?
it's a joke.
Oh.
You know when
Real.
it's like a faded woman's perfume, but she's had a cigarette, and I just got a waft of it.
Necessary. Threat.
It's all sounded a
Sail.
bit dark.
Yank. Well, can you smell something?
Not really, no.
World. Swim.
Where it's coming from.
We've got 0.1 on the millimetre as well.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a point on as well.
It's gone now though.
Is there somebody in this room with us? Come and talk to us.
We've got the names earlier on of Alice, Grace, we've got Anne, come on, my mail's just spiked up to 0.3 now, and Ida. Picking up on anyone, Steve?
No.
No. Yeah, it's come back down again.
No, I can't see anybody in here. The only thing I've had in here is those babies.
Weird, isn't that?
Do you want to try talking to her again? Again, tend to talk more to women.
Tell you what, touch somebody in here. Is there anybody here?
Devil.
Oh,
Why did it say it so slowly like that?
Immersion.
Yeah.
That was a bit freaky.
Immersion.
Wow, that's better that way.
A lot of the words have been sort of nautical.
Yeah.
Andy realises the responses from the ovulas seem to have a nautical theme. Could this be linked to the Spanish galleon, and why do the responses have a sinister undertone to them? Random words? Coincidence? Or something else? You decide.
Okay, good evening. If there's anybody in this basement with us who would like to talk to us, we don't mean you any harm. Come out of the greatest respect. Is someone hear a hum then?
I did.
Like a
Yeah.
Okay, we don't know whether that was somebody trying to communicate by humming. If you could do that again, that would be fantastic. That hum did sound closer though, it didn't sound like it was outside.
It sounded kind of faint in between me and you.
Yeah.
I just warn you, I've got a little bit of a blocked up nose today, and I've blown it a couple of times. But did anyone watch Ally McBeal? Remember the bloke with a nose?
If there is anybody in here now with us, if you would like to make your presence known, you can move something, you can touch one of us, you can appear in the form of a light, you'll see in the middle of the floor there is a small round box with a red light in the middle. You don't have to be afraid of this box. It's not going to do anything to you, but what we would like you to do is go towards that box and try and touch the metal rod that comes out the top. If you do that, it will make a noise and light up. That is a way that you can show us that you are here. As I said, you can touch one of us. You don't have to be afraid of us. If there are any spirits in this room with us, could you tell us how old you are, or when you think this time is? Maybe you could tell us your name. Come on, please don't be afraid. Come and do something for us. Come and talk to us. Maybe you could come down those stairs. When we came down here earlier, Hannah and Lynn both felt like the cobwebby feeling.
Hannah felt that upstairs in the office as well.
Yeah, it's more than likely a build-up of static, as opposed to like somebody touching them or whatever. But they both felt it when they came. They were stood around near where Nick was.
The ceiling's quite low in that point, though, isn't it? That's quite low.
Yeah, we did look at the ceilings. There aren't any cobwebs hanging at all. It's actually really clean.
Mm.
Come on, if there's anybody here with us, please try and make contact with us. We mean you no harm. There was a thud.
There was, but I'm sure it's the other group.
Up here, yeah, but they're not in these rooms.
I
And
heard
this is stone. This is this here.
Okay.
That is solid stone, and it sounded like it was above here. Well, this is.
I thought it came from more underside.
No, it's here. It sounded right above my head.
Was it?
Yeah. Which is why I'm thinking. Where would this be underneath?
That's the thing, it throws your bearings out, because that's a curved staircase.
Hmm.
We've come in from there, so the corridor would be there.
So this is the
So
back
the stairs
room.
would be up.
Would this be the back room then? And the kitchen area? Because there's
Sort
nobody
of,
in
yeah.
there.
Might even be under the staircase.
Under the staircase would be further that way, wouldn't it? Near where Nick is. This bit would be that back tea
Yeah,
room.
the stairs are right next to it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So it'd probably be that back tea room or the kitchen. Has anyone else heard the theory about the longer a spirit or ghost is walking around, the less you see of it?
I've always considered that. I've never sort of,
Like the battery theory.
yeah.
So as a battery loses power over the years, it gradually fades. And some theories are that like the older the spirit is, the less it can communicate because it loses the energy over the years.
See, I've read something along that lines about them changing, the apparitions changing colour as well, losing.
Yes,
The
go
whiteness
from
and go
being
brown.
like a bright blue to being a muted grey and yeah.
I think that was punted out as an explanation for the brown lady at Rainham Hall.
Yes, yeah. Then that wouldn't explain the spirit I saw in the basement at the Talbot Inn in Leicester, because she's known to have lived in the 1700s and she was bright blue.
Do you think it could have an effect with the interaction between people?
Possibly.
You know, perhaps if it's something that's haunting somewhere that doesn't get many visitors, they might fade quicker.
Yeah. Well, because they say that you can build up a spirit's energy, don't they? So that would.
Yeah, we
fall
often
into
say
that
about sort of coming
theory.
closer and drawing some of our energy.
Yeah.
Sort of goes in by way of an explanation to a lot of these stately homes that have had sort of
Yeah.
ghosts that were seen 100 years ago that aren't necessarily seen nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly a possibility, isn't it? Because otherwise, you know, why do we not see all these Roman soldiers all the time that are apparently marching through fields and this, that, and the other? Because if they do dissipate over time, and the less you I mean, it came about with I think some Roman armies that people have seen. You can only like see the legs.
Yeah, that's the one in York, isn't it?
Yeah. Or you can only see the top half. You can't see the bottom.
So that's my theory for why you don't see ghost dinosaurs. Because hundreds of millions of years ago, the ground was a lot lower.
Yeah.
It's been built up since then, so they're floating around. They're floating around under our feet.
Yeah.
Where we can't see them. Makes me feel better. And that's all that
One
matters.
explanation. It works. Why not?
He's wearing.
Just for the sake of the audio, that's the other team leaving the building.
He's quite heavily dressed. He's in quite a lot of. Can't quite.
What was that?
That's me moving.
Can't quite work out what he's wearing, but it's quite a lot of. It's quite a lot of layers to it. But I don't think this is the angry man that I saw.
Okay. It's almost like someone's breathing on my neck.
Are you
He's
saying
right
that? I was just
behind
I know,
wondering,
I
were you
can
breathing heavy?
actually
Rob?
feel
He is
it.
right
I'm
behind.
a
Really
movement.
feel it.
He is
Huh?
literally.
I know, Steve, I can,
Yeah, he's
I
literally
can
there.
feel it. So I can feel him breathing.
But
on
it's,
my
it's
neck.
his breathing, it's his lungs.
Oh.
I
He's
can
really,
hear
really
breathing.
deep breathing.
I can hear breathing. I've just asked Rob if it's him. It's not you, is it? You breathing heavy?
This is my breathing.
No, it wasn't what I heard.
He's got some
God, this is uncomfortable.
jangly something on his. I can't actually work out what that is he's wearing. There's something hanging down the front of it.
Cross.
No, it's not a cross. It's like there's a pattern to it, circles or something. It's quite shiny and it's jangly as well. It makes a noise.
What's that?
Coffee machine.
Would you like to introduce yourself to us? We know that you're here because I can see you and Mike can feel you, most definitely.
Bloody hell. Sorry. Oh, it's breath on my neck, and it feels like it. You know when someone's in your personal space.
He is in your
I know,
personal
I can-
space,
it's-
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you want to swap places?
No. God. It's on right in the back of my neck.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So you're sat down and he is about, his head is level with your head.
Mm.
And he's standing.
That's me.
Excuse me.
So what are you doing here? Is this where you lived or worked?
Did I just feel the floor vibrate?
Yes, the
That
floor
was
did
me
vibrate, but
tensing up.
was it?
Yeah, because every time you speak to him, it gets stronger. Almost as like he's talking back or breathing heavier.
Why are you affected, Mike? Have you sort of latched onto Mike?
So that's
He's
you,
coming, sorry.
So I can hear somebody fidgeting.
He's coming
It's
to
me.
your left arm,
Okay.
like level with you. He's got some, I can see his feet now, he's got some strange dark shaped shoe. I honestly can't work out what he's wearing, it's really strange. The shoes are pointy and they're like black, like a fabric. It's like he's weighed down by all these layers of clothing.
Who else is down here? Is it just one lady? Because there's someone else watching us. Don't just watch us, come and say hello. What was that?
It's just settling with this pipe, I think.
How long have you been down here? What was this building when you were here? We don't mean you any harm. Just want to talk. If you want us to leave, tell us and we'll leave. There were lots of objects in here that you could move or touch. Perhaps you could move one for us. Perhaps you could knock on something, please. I'm going to knock on this fridge behind me. If you could repeat it, that would be great.
What's that?
That was what?
Something touching my arm.
Something touching your arm?
Yeah, just take the toe. Here.
Nothing there.
Nothing there, is there? Definitely felt it was like somebody was going like that up my arm.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's no cobwebs, is there? Nothing.
No.
Is this just a coincidence that Lee feels something touch his arm in the same area as Lynn did in an earlier vigil? Is this just a build-up of natural static, or could it be the spirit of the lady that Steve had picked up on earlier in that exact area? You decide.
Why? Oh, do you know what I just felt on my hand? You know if you get a quick electric shock from a car?
Mm-hmm.
Just like a...
The team decide to wrap up the investigation. Steve gets called to the staircase after Hannah claims she can hear whispering. What happened next is very interesting indeed. Remember that Steve has been told nothing about the customer seeing the apparition of the little girl on the stairs.
I literally just got to the bottom of the stairs here and I heard like that. You can hear the toilet, but I could also hear whispering. I heard it as clear as day, Steve.
Oh, hang on. There's a child here.
There's a child?
Yes. There's a female.
Little girl.
Little girl, top of the stairs.
Guys, Steve's picking up a little girl on the stairs.
What?
Steve's picking up a little girl on the stairs.
Are you joking?
No.
Steve?
Yeah, we've got a little girl on the stairs.
Yeah, come and say that on in here.
So, I've just become aware of a little girl at the top of the stairs. She's sort of hanging around the top banister. Possibly that's who Hannah heard whispering.
Later in the evening, as they were just closing up, and they knew that there were no young children or any children in the building at all, and he said, well, there aren't any children here, and he says, no, I know there aren't, but he says, I've just passed a little girl on the stairs, but the weird thing was that I couldn't hear her, I could only see her, and he couldn't hear any footsteps.